Once upon a time, in a small village nestled between tall mountains, there lived a young man named Elias. Elias was not the strongest or the smartest in the village, but he had a dream to become the greatest blacksmith the land had ever known. The problem was, Elias had no discipline. He would wake up late, skip his training, and waste his days daydreaming instead of working. His master, an old and wise blacksmith named Gregor, often shook his head in disappointment. "Elias," he would say, "talent means nothing without discipline." But Elias didn't listen. He believed success would come to him simply because he wanted it badly enough. One day, a great festival was announced in the kingdom. The king himself would visit, and the best blacksmiths would compete to craft the finest sword. The winner would earn gold, fame, and the honor of serving in the royal court. Elias, full of excitement, declared he would win. His master sighed. "The competition is in 3 months. Do you have the discipline to prepare?" Elias laughed. "I don't need discipline. I have passion." The first week, Elias worked hard. He woke up early, practiced his hammer strokes, and studied the art of forging. But by the second week he grew tired. His hands ached, his back hurt, and the work was boring. He skipped a day, telling himself he deserved rest. Then another day. Then a week passed with no work at all. Meanwhile, another apprentice in the village, a quiet boy named Leo, trained without fail. Leo was not as naturally gifted as Elias, but he followed a strict routine. Every morning at dawn, he was at the forge. Every evening he studied metalwork until his eyes grew heavy. As the competition drew closer, Elias panicked. He tried to make up for lost time working day and night, but his hands were unsteady, his technique sloppy. When the day of the festival arrived, Elias presented his sword, a blade that was uneven and weak. The judges barely glanced at it. Leo, however, presented a masterpiece, a sword so finely crafted it seemed to glow. The king himself praised Leo's work and offered him the royal position. Elias, heartbroken, returned to his master. "Why did Leo win? I have more talent." Gregor looked at him with pity. "Talent is like a seed. Without the discipline to water it daily, it will never grow." Leo understood this. You did not. From that day forward, Elias changed. He began to wake before sunrise. He practiced even when he didn't feel like it. He learned that discipline was not about motivation. It was about commitment. Slowly, his skills improved. Years later, when another competition was held, Elias won. Not because he was the most talented, but because he had mastered the one thing that separates dreamers from achievers: self-discipline. The story of Elias is the story of all of us. We all have dreams. We all have moments of inspiration. But inspiration fades. Motivation comes and goes. Only discipline remains. Think of the greatest people in history: philosophers, warriors, artists. What did they have in common? Not luck, not genius, but discipline. The discipline to work when others rest. The discipline to persist when others quit. Self-discipline is the bridge between goals and success. Without it, even the grandest dreams are nothing but wishes. With it, even the smallest efforts compound into greatness. The Stoics knew this. Marcus Aurelius, the great philosopher king, wrote in his private journal, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." That power is discipline. Imagine 2 students. One studies only when he feels like it, skipping lessons when he is tired or distracted. The other follows a strict schedule, studying even on days when his mind resists. Who will learn more? Who will succeed? The answer is obvious. Discipline is the difference. The same applies to every area of life. Health, wealth, knowledge, none of these come by accident. They come by choice. The choice to wake up early when the bed is warm. The choice to exercise when the body is tired. the choice to save money when the temptation to spend is strong. Every day, we face these choices. And every day, discipline is the voice that says, do what you must, not what you want. Some say discipline is harsh, that it takes the joy from life. This is a lie. Discipline does not kill joy, it creates it. The joy of achievement, the joy of progress, the joy of knowing you are in control of your fate. A man without discipline is a slave to his impulses. A man with discipline is the master of his destiny. So, how do you build discipline? Start small. Do not try to change everything at once. If you wish to wake early, set your alarm just 10 minutes earlier for a week. Then 20. Small victories build confidence. Next, create routines. The mind loves habits. What you do daily, you do effortlessly. Most importantly, remember why you started. When the path is hard, your purpose will pull you forward. The world will test you. There will be days when discipline feels impossible. On those days, remember Elias. Remember that every great thing was built one disciplined step at a time. The pyramids were not raised in a day. The greatest books were not written in a sitting. Success is the sum of small efforts repeated daily. Discipline is not a punishment. It is a gift. The gift of strength. The gift of freedom. The Stoics taught that true freedom is not the ability to do what you want, but the power to do what is right. And that power comes from discipline. So ask yourself today, what is your dream? And what will you discipline yourself to do to achieve it? For in the end, the only thing standing between you and success is the choice to act with discipline. Choose wisely.